What's good, everybody? It's Mike Reed, and welcome to My Life Ministries, where leadership, influence, faith, and involvement are the principles that we look to live by every single day of our life. And by us living those principles, it helps us to help youth to become motivated young leaders that implement faith every day in their lives as well. Um, your mind has begun to wander, and we all know that when our mind begins to wander, that means that our thoughts begin to go in a direction that they don't need to go in. And because we have allowed our thoughts to wander to those certain places that we should not allow them to wander to, it's allowed us to become a part of this maze to where we are traveling to each and every corner, and our thoughts are going around in circles, and we're walking into these dead ends, and our thoughts are taking us to this entryway, or this so-called exit route, and we can't find any way to escape it because our thoughts have become so bad, or become so off topic, or our thoughts have become to a point to where we're so distracted, and our focus is no longer pure. What I mean by our focus no longer being pure, it means that our focus on God has been distracted in a way. And even if it's the most littlest thing that may distract you, it's still a distraction that keeps you from thinking the way that God wants you to think. And it causes your mind to wander. It causes your thoughts to be lost. It causes your thoughts to be on things that they shouldn't be on. And what happens in those moments is that we become so lost that we don't know the direction. And the direction is the most important thing that we have to stick to. We have to stick to the direction and the instructions of God. We cannot allow the enemy to come in and get us off of our square. And it's important that we don't allow that to happen. You got to ask yourself, what am I paying attention to? What am I allowing to enter into my spirit? What am I allowing to enter into my eye gates? What am I allowing to enter into my ear gates? What am I speaking out of my mouth? You have to ask yourself those questions, because the things that you're paying attention to, they're taking you to a place that you don't want to be in. And the mindset is the most toxic place that the enemy can come in, and he can destroy you there. He can destroy you there. He will cause you to pay attention to things that will make you get mad, or make you get jealous, or make you get angry, or make you feel like, why hasn't it happened to me, or when is it going to be my turn? And that's the mindset that the enemy wants you in right now. He wants you into that moment right now. He wants you to pay attention to certain things on social media, or he wants you to pay attention to certain things that you're seeing, in person. And you sit back, and he gives you those thoughts to sit back and say things like, why hasn't it happened for me? Or, why is this person able to do this, and I'm not? Or why is this person able to make this work and I'm not? Those are the little things that he wants you to get involved in. But I'm trying to encourage you, to let you know to stop trying to keep up. Stop trying to keep up with people. Stop trying to keep up with things that are going on. Be your own person. Be your own person, and allow God to give you what it is that he has for you, just for you. And as he gives you things that he has for you, it attaches to everybody that is connected to you. Do you know that you are not meant to be like everybody else? Do you honestly know that? Do you know that you are different? Although you may be a man like this person, or although you may be a woman like this person, although you may walk in the same lane as this person, everything that God called you to do, everything that God has for you is very different. It does not line up with anything else that another person is doing. What God has for you is for you. And I know that that's hard sometimes. That's hard to deal with sometimes, because our eyes, our ears, what we say out of our mouth, it affects us. Because what we see, it makes us want. What we hear, it makes us want. What we speak into the atmosphere, it makes us want. But is it God's timing? Is that the plan that God has for you? So don't let another day, attack you in that way to where you're so busy trying to keep up with everybody else, or you're so busy trying to compare yourself to what everybody else has and what everybody else is doing, that it gets you off track and it gets you off focus of the plan that God has taken you on. Don't allow your mind to wander. Don't allow your mind and your thoughts to keep you trapped in that maze to where you can't find an exit route, to where you can't find any direction, and you're running everywhere trying to get out. But it's like you just keep following and you keep following. You're going back to the same place to where you started. That's where the enemy wants you to be at, because he wants you to be confused. He wants you to be confused in this moment. He wants you to be confused in this year in general, because he knows what God is doing for you. So don't lose focus another day trying to keep up with everybody. Their life is not your life. What happens with their families, what happens with their children, what happens with their businesses, what happens with their life, with their jobs, with their finances, with whatever it is that they get, whatever the case may be, do not allow that right there to penetrate your mind because you're trying to keep up. What God has for you is for you. You are meant to be different. Your story does not fit with anybody else's story, because you are an individual and your story may take longer. It's written differently. You may have to go through more hell. You may have to go through more trials and tribulations. But with the calling, there comes a price. With the calling that's on your life, there comes sacrifice. With the calling that's on your life, there comes those types of situations to where you got to dig deep and you got to fight a little bit harder. Do not be distracted by what you see around you, or what you see others have, or what you see others doing. There's a time and a place to where God will elevate you, to where he will bless you with exactly the things that you need. He will give you the desires of your heart. But don't try to keep up with people just so you can look a certain way. Don't try to act like people just so you can look a certain way. This is a different walk. This is a different moment that God has you in. And it's meant for you to walk it according to his plan. So stay there, because God knows exactly what it is that he's doing. Don't get sidetracked. Don't get distracted. And most importantly, do not try to keep up with other people, trying to compare yourself and try to be like other people because you feel and you see what they may be doing, and you're rushing the process because it has not happened for you yet. Don't let it affect your family. Don't let it affect your children. Don't let it affect your position. None of that. You're not meant to be like them. It's not meant for you to have those things and stuff. God has a plan, and he has the perfect plan for you. So don't try to keep up. What's for you is for you. So I just wanted to get on here and encourage somebody and let them know that. Don't allow your thoughts to wander another day. Keep God first. Trust him. Go to him when your mind starts thinking crazy. Get out of the maze, because it's a dangerous place. You guys have a wonderful and a blessed day, and I'll talk to you soon.